Hi, welcome to another lesson in Blender. In this lesson what we're going to be doing is creating a flag using the cloth simulation in Blender 2.59. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to File, New, start with a new project. First thing you want to do is create the base for your flagpole. So you want to hit S and Z and scale this cube down, and then S and Y and S and X, and just kind of make it into a nice square base. And that'll be the base for your flagpole. Next we want to add a cylinder for the pole, so let's go up to Add Mesh and select Cylinder, and over here you can size it up. So let's change some of the stuff on here. Let's change the radius. Instead of 1, let's put it at 0.25. And let's change the depth on it to 10. And then use the blue arrow to make the flagpole go up like that. And then once we have that, we can add in our flag. So we're going to add in a plane. So go to Add Mesh, Plane, and you want to drag it up and over, and press period on the number pad, and that'll zoom in on what you have selected. And then use the rotate tool here, or rotate manipulator, to kind of straighten it up. And then you can go back here to the translate manipulator and then move your flagpole up like that. Okay. Once you have everything into position, what you're going to do is set up a vertex group. So we're going to go into edit mode, and we're going to start subdividing this. So you want to click subdivide, go ahead and do it 4 times, and then go into face select mode and press B on your keyboard, or actually let's press A to deselect everything, and then press B, and what you're going to do is select these bottom 3 rows and then delete them, and you want to select faces. There we go. Next thing we want to do is select the vertexes along this edge here. So I'm going to go into vertex select, and I'm actually going to go into object mode and just move this out a little bit. Then I'll go back into edit mode, and what you want to do is select well, actually we're not there yet. Let's go to the faces here, and what you want to do, hold shift, and you're going to right click these 5 here and then these 5 down. Okay, and you can also press B and select them like that. Either way is fine. Once you have those selected, you're going to hit subdivide twice. Okay, and this is what we'll use for our stars when we go in and color all this, and we'll do that later. Okay, alright, so once you have everything subdivided, go ahead and select the vertex select mode. Press A to deselect everything. You want to stand your flag up or get it up straight. Press B, and then left click and drag, and you want to select basically just these vertexes here. And if you select too many along the edge, just press A, try it again. So press B and then left click and drag, and you've got to straighten it up. There we go. You can always, if you select too much, you can hold shift and then right click to deselect. But basically you just want the vertexes on the edge. Once you have those selected, go ahead and open this up. Click on Object Data, and we're going to set up our vertex group. So you're going to press plus here to add a vertex group. go ahead and name it pin. And then you want to click the assign button. Make sure you click assign. I have a lot of my students that forgot to do that and it didn't set it up correctly. So click assign and then go ahead and go into physics and you're going to select cloth. And then to set up the pinning, the cloth pinning it to the pole, you want to check pinning and you want to select the group that you set up. Okay. And then once you have that done, you also want to check self collision. So under cloth collision here, check self collision. And what that'll do is when the flag moves, it won't go into itself. It'll kind of bounce off of itself. Alright, so once you have that set up, go into object mode and press Alt-A. And what you should see is the flag and the cloth moving. And the more faces that you have on the cloth, the more smooth it'll look. But also at the same time, the longer it'll take to render and the more processing power it requires on your computer. Okay. Alright, so once you have that, you also want to right click on the cylinder and under physics you want to check collision here. Okay. Next thing we're going to do, you want to right click on the flag, do Shift S and do cursor to selected, and we're going to add a force field. So you're going to go to add, select force field and choose wind. And when you look on the wind, you have this little arrow. So what you want to do is use rotate, and you want to rotate the direction of the arrow towards the flag. And you want to increase the strength. Go ahead and put the strength like at 250. And you can mess with these things. As you increase it, you'll see that it'll have little circles coming out of it. Okay? And if you push Alt-A, you should be able to see the effect that the wind has on the flag. It should blow it out more. Okay, you can see it coming up farther in the animation. The wind is blowing the flag to the right. Okay, so you can mess with the settings, increase the flow, increase the noise if you want to, see what it'll do with the flag. This is going to be it for part 1, and then in part 2 what we're going to be doing is creating this into the American flag, and then we'll render it. Okay, so that'll be it.